A crucial day in court for TikTok, the Chinese-owned social media app used by an estimated 170 million Americans. It now faces a ban and could shut down by January. The U.S. Court of Appeals in D.C. will hear oral arguments this morning. Those speaking out in favor of blocking the ban, the Liberty Justice Center, a nonprofit that works to protect free speech. Jacob Hubert is president of the Liberty Justice Center. He argues this ban violates the First Amendment rights of millions of TikTok users. He joins me now. Jacob, thanks for hopping on with me first thing Monday morning. You argue free speech. A lot of lawmakers on both sides argue China. Explain your position this morning.
This ban will shut down the speech rights of the 170 million Americans who use TikTok to share and hear content. And a lot of that content has to do with political ideas, the speech that the First Amendment most exists to protect. And yes, the government says, oh, we need this because of national security, because of China, but that doesn't really make sense. For one thing, the government hasn't alleged there's some imminent threat that is what you need if you're going to shut down speech despite the First Amendment. Another problem is they're only targeting TikTok, but there are other apps tied to China that share your data with China, like Temu, and they're not doing anything about those. And if TikTok is such a national security threat, then it's a very strange thing that the vice president of the United States, part of the very administration that's banning TikTok, has her own TikTok account. You know,
do you think the government knows something that we don't, though, Jacob? I know you say they haven't alleged, that they've infiltrated this app or, do you think they are keeping something close to the vest, though?
Well, they want to act like they know things that we don't know. They in their brief that they submitted arguing in favor of the ban, they actually blacked out pages of text. And in the evidence they submitted, which are really just statements from federal government officials, they blacked out paragraphs saying that's classified. We can't tell you our reasons. They really say that. They say, well, we'll tell the court our reasons, but even the attorneys for the other side shouldn't be allowed to hear all of our reasons. But the fact is, it doesn't matter what's under those black bars because they don't claim otherwise that there is actually an immediate threat. This is all about, well, maybe someday China could access people's data and use it for something. Maybe someday China could manipulate what's on TikTok, and that would be bad. And that's just not enough under the First Amendment, regardless of the details.
And let's talk about the election, too, just moving forward. TikTok playing a huge role this election, both President Trump, Vice President Kamala Harris using it to reach younger voters. How much does social shape politics today? And do you think this ban could potentially damage voter interest?
Well, definitely a large percentage of Gen Z people get their news from TikTok. They're not going to other sources. They're not even going to other social media sites. And that's one reason why our client, who we represent in this case, Based Politics, uses TikTok. It connects them to a Gen Z audience that just doesn't exist anywhere else. And the people who are banning TikTok know this, and that's one reason why they want to shut it down. And that's not just my guessing. That's not a conspiracy theory. The people who passed this law said that's why they want to do it. And even now, the government argues in this case that a reason they need to do it is because, well, China might manipulate the information people see. But the information people are consuming on TikTok is the speech of other Americans. It's not stuff from the Chinese government. It's Americans talking to Americans by and large. And if you shut down TikTok.
Yeah, it would be an interesting world without it. We'll see what happens come January. We'll be listening in today. Jacob Hubert, sorry to end it there, but would love to have you back as we follow this moving forward. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.